am. I'm trying to be a better host. You know, everyone says.
Yeah, you got some feedbacks on the old comment.
On the old comment
section there.
No, this story reminded me of you.
Could you do something more about your presence on
Well,
this
people
show?
are like, "Oh, you're the host of that?" I thought that was just a community thing.
Oh yeah, you're just a couple people that show up. And
They thought we just were committed to showing up, and our name's in the fucking thing. Well, not there. Bad example. I pointed to the sign in the studio.
This indescript logo of the name of this podcast.
On
that
the
just means a bunch of
Spotify.
people. I understand where they're getting that from because it's just like and company. Well, that could be anybody.
That could be anybody.
And then you don't have any leadership qualities. So
No.
it's like, who's running this show?
Do you think? Hey, anyone who's listening to it on Spotify only, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. You can see our faces. You could maybe you imagine Scott looking really different and me looking really different, and then you see us and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, disappointment abound.
That does happen sometimes when you're
yeah.
a big fan of a show and you listen and then you see them.
Who's that happened with for you?
Well, it's same with the movies. I'm reading a book. I don't necessarily want to see the movie because I know after that I'm going to be imagining the characters from the movie. You?
Yeah, which book is this?
Specifically Harry Potter is what I'm thinking of in my mind.
So in your mind, you don't want to read the book because you already know.
I was reading the book at the time before those movies came out.
Right.
And I remember...
And you put it down being like, why am I going to read this like a chump? They're coming out with a movie. I just watch it later on.
I could just...
Flat out on my back.
On 2x speed. No, I was concerned that the Snape in my head would be replaced with the Snape in the film. And sure enough, great casting. It did replace all the ones in my head. Yeah. Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Hermione. So it's all there. So that's the same kind of thing with radio. Sometimes I'll like a podcast and I'll be too scared to look up the host, what they actually look like. Because I'm like, I got this image in my head of what they look like.
Right. Because Howard Stern sounds cool and sexy. And then you look at him and he looks like a giant bird.
6'8". He's probably got... No, he actually says he doesn't got that big of a wink.
Yeah, that's sort of his defining characteristic.
Maybe that'll be ours. So do you think
yours,
there's anyone who's driving now listening to this show who's like, yeah, you know what? I don't know what they look like. But then they're taking our advice and they're like, I'm not going to look.
Yeah, they don't want to look.
They don't want to look.
They don't want... Yeah, because
Who do you think they think sexier, you or me?
Probably you.
Really?
Yeah.
With my high-pitched voice?
Yeah, people like a high-pitched voice. Like, whoa, who's this child reading these stories? All
right. Fuck you. Here we go. This story, Yemi, reminds me of you.
Oh, great.
Am I the asshole for sending a Venmo request for a babysitter, hotel, and Uber reimbursement after a dry wedding?
Wait, can you read that again? Because I don't know what the words are that you said.
Am I the asshole for sending a Venmo request for a babysitter, hotel, and Uber reimbursement after a dry wedding?
Honestly, still didn't get it.
So is it Uber you're